Hello and welcome to What's on the Tape, where I take 40-year-old ZX Spectrum tapes and attempt to load and play them today. Okay, so we have 3 tapes this week, specially selected by me, of course, but we have 3 tapes this week. But the reason I like these ones, though, is the WX Smiths don't exist anymore. It's, well, they do in train stations, I think. That's about the only place they actually exist anymore. But it's now RJ Jones with the same colours, but not WX Smiths. Look at this. Look how precise this is with information. There's a person in front of the computer, definitely. I'm not sure what kind of computer that is. It's just a computer. It looks like an old-school terminal, to be honest with you. But it's 7.5 minutes each side with a leader. So it's take me to your leader. On these we have, and I've got these because there's some good ones here. We've got split personality. Look at that. Look at that for cassette. Look at that. Split personalities. And Beachhead, and some instructions on how to play it, which is really useful. Nothing else on there, actually. I think somebody turned these the other way around. Wasn't me. So I got them like this when I got bought the. They bought them as blanks, because that's how you have to get these nowadays, because they're blanks. Because even on eBay, even with the games being so old and most of them free, they're technically still special versions. This one says SD. I don't know what this SD is. I got no idea what that could be. 1942. I know we played that last week, but I'm tempted to find out what SD is, because it sounds interesting. What's it saying here? Oh, there we go. There's the answer to our question. Scooby Doo. So that's the elite version of Scooby Doo, I'm going to assume, because I don't think there was another version that was actually out there. That was one of the first games where they promised more and we didn't actually get what more. But I did like those. I thought they looked quite nice with the old sort of barcodes and the W.H. Smith's things. I guess those were later or earlier in the day. I'm not sure. Don't think they're dated in any way. No, they're not dated. No dates on it, so I can't tell you what year they came from, but they'll be the 80s, I would say. And then this one, and I've had to do a little bit of editing of the cover here. It's a low noise computer cassette. The reason for this particular one, I've not heard of Lead Home Audio Services before, but the reason I wanted to do this one is because of this, and I'm going to open it. You're seeing a little bit of blank there that I put in front of it, because Mr. Kemp is here, but I didn't want you to get all of his address details. But it says Competition 10. Now there is data on there. I'm going to guess that it's his competition entry for something, but I'm not sure what it is. So yeah, I didn't want to kind of give him a little bit of online doxing by showing his full address on the top of there. But Mr. E. Kemp's, I quite like the look of that one. So he says, try to put it back in the case. Get in the case. Get in the case. Go in the case. There we go. It's back in the case. So without further ado, we'll get one of these into a tape drive. Right, the tape's in the drive, so let's go down to our favourite, which is basic and load it. It's interesting, I think on these tapes, I may be wrong, maybe the other set of tapes, I thought on these tapes somebody had said that whether they're 120k, 8k or not, but I don't think they do on this particular one. But we've got Scooby Doo first. Doesn't seem to be moving very fast, I'm just looking. Oh, it is going. Just going. Right. So Scooby-Doo, this was one of the first bait and... Well, I think... certainly one that I remember. One of the first sort of bait and switch type things with games. This was developed by the people at Elite. I think it was Elite themselves that actually that created this game. And what they did is there was advertising for a game that never appeared. This is kind of like the first stage of the game. The game that had multiple levels, and you were meant to be exploring this sort of ghostly house as Scooby-Doo, and I was quite excited for it, to be honest with you. But the first time I played this was on the Hit Pack 6, which was also released by Elite, funnily enough. But that was the first time I actually played it, and then I actually bought the clamshell version of it because I was kind of keen to get the whole sort of Scooby-Doo experience, because of course that's what we used to watch. We used to watch Scooby-Doo with the Mystery Machine and Fred and Shaggy and Velma and it wasn't Louise, was it? Velma and Louise, a totally different thing. Daphne. I'm getting voices shouting at me in the background. Daphne. So we used to watch that on the telly, and this is one of those games where it's like, if it's Scooby-Doo, it's got to be good, isn't it? It's like getting the Garfield game and then discover it's really hard, or the Snoopy game and finding out that's extremely hard. Well, this is the elite one where they kind of had a license to Hanna-Barbera Productions. I don't know if I've said that right. Spelled it right. To Barbera Productions. But anyway, so this was one of their first sort of games. But as I said, the advertising for it showed completely different screenshots of the game that we actually got. And this is really weird in a time when it was quite... In comparison, I mean, it was probably more difficult to write the games because we're talking like assembly code, but by the time you've got to this sort of release of this game, it's pretty standard. People are learning how to do it. I mean, even the Oliver twins are renowned for using an Amstrad CPC to actually create their Spectrum games and then copy the code back across the whole thing with some kind of transfer thing. I'm not entirely sure how they did that, but they transferred the game back again because it was easier to type on the Amstrad CPC. But obviously the method was there by this point. There was an easy enough to sort of actually get the whole thing working. There's laughter in the background. I don't know what the laughter is. Anyway, so but they became easier to do. Easier to sort of it's easier to sort of they're laughing because they're sorting books, but anyway, yeah, it was easier to transfer it over. I think Matthew Smith used to write on was it TSR80 or TS80? Can't remember what it's called, particular model, isn't it? But he used to write his Spectrum stuff on there and then transfer it to the Spectrum and run the code there. They were already sort of, working their way through different, ways of getting the code across. So conversions, even though it was a bit difficult for conversions. I've got coffee. I hope you've got coffee too. Oh dear. Yeah, I hope you've got coffee. I've got a beverage. That just endless laughter from the back room. It's really putting me off here. Oh dear. Right. Anyway, W.H. Smiths and T.G. Jones. Yeah, that's what we've got today. Plenty of these tapes out back in the day and out in the wild. It's interesting though. This is it's in comparison to the other ones we've seen, which are usually just black and white. Yeah, I guess these must be earlier because they must have thought that they'd sell a lot more of these cassettes because these have got sort of blues, and whites, and blacks on there as colours, and greys, of course, got the sort of tones on there. Whereas the modern sort of or the later ones, I guess, were just black and white because I sort of discussed this I think the other week. So yeah. I don't know. It's a weird one. Right, anyway. Oh, brace yourselves now for Scooby Doo. A complete letdown from what we were talking about at the beginning. But they literally ran adverts. Elite ran adverts for this game, which was never to actually be. It was it was one of those things. It was kind of a staple of television, though, wasn't it? I don't know which channel it was on, but it was a staple of television when we were a kid. We'd have seen Scooby Doo on almost all the time. It was why you sort of stayed to watch it. But Scooby Doo is funny, isn't it? Because Scooby Doo is like the opposite to Doctor Who. If you think about Doctor Who unveils everybody as an alien, whereas in Scooby Doo they unveil it as a human being. I think I can press K for keys, but can I enter the keys? To start. Enter to start. K for keys. Right, yeah, I can do that. There we go. There's the gang on the screen there. Left, right, up, down, fire. So I think you punch as Scooby-Doo and then you just have to get up the stairs to the top level. It's a kind of a... I mean, graphically, it's quite sound. Yeah, oh, damn. Graphically, it's quite sound, but it's basically an upward-bound maze game. You're trying to, you're trying to get Scooby snacks for lives, I think, as well, or points. No, it's his lives. I've died again. Not brilliant, but you're trying to get up the levels. Oh. This is what I do remember about it. What I do remember about it is I like the graphics. I thought somebody had really done a really nice job of creating really cool graphics for the... I can't believe I killed there. I should have punched it. Right, okay, go, go, go. Oh, got surrounded. Surrounded. I'm going to have another go because I quite like that. But I remember I'm quite liking the graphics and thinking how really good they were and how much effort they'd gone into it to make the sort of the cool graphics on the whole thing. I don't know if there's the same. I don't know if it's the same. Oh, get away with your doors. They're terrifyingly dangerous, those doors. Right. Up, up. I don't know whether the map's the same every time round. I'm going to get some Scooby snacks. Got them. I feel like I'm playing Kung Fu, master and kicking everybody as we go along. Right, okay, we're on top floor here. Top floor. No. Can we get out of the top floor? I don't think we can open the doors. That's what's really annoying here. No. Come on, run. Let's get the life. Let's get the life. Well, at least we've got a life. I think this is the way out. I think this is the way out. There looks like something extra here. Oh, I landed on the skull and killed myself. That must be the way out. Look at there on the left-hand side. That looks like the way out. I'm going to give it another go. I rather like that. It's rather cool. I'm wondering how many people actually got this though, and were quite disappointed. I don't think I was at the time because I don't think I really realised at the back in the day that they were so different. Run. Punch my way through it there. Yeah, I don't think I realised back in the day how that they were so different from the original game. Okay, I'm going. You don't want to be next to a door because they can do that really easily by the doors. Right, we can get up to the top level here. We can do this. I can do this. We can do this. Can we do this? Maybe not. We get life. Oh, look at that for some fighting. And then got punched by the one that came out the door there. Almost got it. There we go. Quick. This must be it. Yes, we did it. As freed Velma. Oh, so I'm just freeing the gang. I was expecting to do something else other than that. Oh, I forgot. I remember this level. Yeah, so we've got to find the gang. Oh, and they come out of those dumb waiter type things in the walls. Oh, Scooby snacks. Can we get Scooby snacks? No. And I fell right in the way of them. It's a fireplace, actually. I thought it was the end of the level. It's not. I think this is as far as I ever got, by the way, as a kid. I think I got to level 2, because I remember the creatures on level 2. But they're absolutely harsh. I suppose with infinite lives it would be really easy to do. Let's put my name in. There we go. It's pretty cool. What a good start. We got a bit Scooby Doo in there. We watched that when we were kids. Watched it when we were kids. Went on our lunch boxes, didn't it? Do you remember those lunch boxes we used to get? Those plastic ones which came with a thermos in it. Was it thermos, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a thermos. So you got like a lunchbox with a thermos that went inside the lunchbox, and we all kind of had one when we went to sort of school, and we had that sort of school lunches with that. I was kind of reminiscing about school lunches today. We got these crisps, lovely crisps from Scotland. Huh? Sorry, you had what? You buried the guinea pig, right? Okay. So my wife's just told me that and ruined her entire image here of a plastic lunchbox. But apparently it's a great place to bury a guinea pig in. You put the plastic lunchbox in the ground, obviously, and with the guinea pigs when it passes away. So what did your brother have for his lunchbox then after that? He didn't bother. It wasn't allowed any food after that. They just buried the guinea pig in the lunchbox. It's probably still in the garden there. To be fair, it'll be made from those plastics nowadays that are so radioactive that it'll be perfectly, even after 30 years or 40 years on the ground, it's probably absolutely fine. There won't be a scratch on it. I can't remember what I had as a kid. Do you remember what you had? Because I'm sure you guys maybe had those plastic lunchboxes with the thermos in it. They were all the rage at one point. I don't know why they're not the rage nowadays, to be honest with you. They're kind of cool, aren't they?
I think if I could get one for my lunch, I'm going to have to look it up now. If I could get one for my lunch at work, I think I'd get one of those because it sounds like a cool thing to do. But whose mum put coffee in it? Or soup? Oh, lovely! I've put soup in your thermos to go to school with. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Mum. Oh yeah, well they weren't exactly well designed, I don't think either. So yeah, they used to smell pretty bad. But oh. I mean, probably the generation before that, they probably had a hip flask and some tobacco in there, so you know. There's your single malt, love, and some of your Benson Hedges. No, they were kind of cool. I remember them being cool lunchboxes, but it kind of came about because we got some crisps that were like one of these, you know, those sub-brands of crisps that you know, not the mainstream names of crisps, a sub-brand of it, made by some lovely Scottish people. I opened it and I got thrown back in time to the days of my and that's crashed. Got thrown back in time to the days of my sort of youth as and my sort of when you used to get sort of. I'm going to reset that. When you used to get school lunches as well, you know, if you got school lunches, I only got school lunches for about a couple of years. I didn't always. There was quite a lot of packed lunches mostly, but there was a few times that I'd had school lunches and I remember, obviously, this is the days before Jamie Oliver made it some political and changed everybody's school lunches. Everybody was growing up on usual sort of fizzy beverages and chips, and we all looked forward to that as kids. You know, it's like chips and fizzy beverages for lunch. We're in for this. But I remember do you remember the ones where they used to sort of fry them up? They were like crisps that they fried themselves. I'm sure they were like corn snacks of some sort that they put in, and they were like plastically yellow squares, and they used to drop them into hot fat, and then they turn into these big yellow sort of square crispy things. I used to love those. They used to do them sometimes for lunch at school. Those are the days we were delighted to be at lunch at school. I mean, absolutely delighted. It's like, oh my God, it's crisp day. You can, give me extra crisps to the dinner lady who would then give you 3. But you know what I mean. These crisp things. Anyway, I opened this packet of crisps today, and the smell. It was that distinctive sort of oily, corn smelling crisp thing that really sort of jumped out at me and caught me with the sort of, yeah, this is kind of cool. My wife's just handed me a Amstrad CPC 6128 television connection kit from, who are they from? Who's it from? coolnovelties.co.uk. There we go. They've just given me a little plug there. That was Cool Novelties was the thing that was there. Actually was a very little decent kit. Got that off eBay, to be honest with you. Got a load of notes written all over it, but it was really handy actually. I quite like that one. It's like plug this into that, and plug that into that. I will keep that. Very useful. Not that I need it really, because I actually know how to plug in an Amstrad CPC conversion kit for an RGB TV. It's kind of cool though. It's cool that we've got stuff like that out here. It really is. It's kind of it's an excellent thing that we've got these bits and pieces. So. We talked about 1942. Funnily enough, I watched 1941. I discussed this last week. So I was talking about the Spielberg movie from 1941. It's a bit for Spielberg. It's a tad raunchy, realistically. It starts with a lady going for a swim in the which I don't know which Pacific. It'll be Pacific Ocean, won't it? It's not the Atlantic, Pacific side. Going for a swim in the Pacific in the Altogether, and then ending up on a Japanese submarine. As it should happen, John Belushi is mad as ever. I'm sure it's a good 2.5 hour movie. Actually, we quite enjoyed it. We sat and watched that, and quite enjoyed the whole thing. Sorry for the sneeze in the background. Have you probably heard that one? It was my missus sneezing. Let me have a little look on PlayZX for this next one. We'll see if I can find ourselves a. Let's have a look. let's have a look. We're going to have... See if we can find... I'm going to do something different. If I can find it, I'm going to do it. If it's on here. Let's see if I can find it on WhatsApp. Just popped up on my screen there. WhatsApp. Just stop WhatsApping me while I'm doing What's on the Tape. Right, okay, let's have a little look and see what we can find. Let's find something else, because we did 1942 last week. So I feel that we can get away with doing... Yes, we can. Let's do this instead. All right, okay, so 1943 on the go. Let's load it. 1943. So this is like the follow-up. What happened to 1942? Did they just not bother? We just go straight to 1943. We skipped a whole year. This is the battle for Midway. I don't know what this is like on the Specky, actually. This wasn't Elite that did this. This is Go. I said this to you before. I'm not sure whether Go was a subsidiary of Capcom or Japan Capsule Computers, but this is the follow up. So I feel if you want to watch the 1941, go back to last week. You can watch any video you like and any audio you like. So if you're new here and you've not stuck around before, it's mostly chat about the 80s, 90s, and anything else that catches my fancy. But that happens in almost every single video. You might as well just go have a little look at some of the other ones. And it doesn't matter what order you watch them in. It really doesn't. The numbering was purely for my sanity. If you want to know where the numbering is, it still appears in the description below. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. It's just for me, so that I know that we're into season 28, I think it is, of the thing, or 29, one of the two. So you see, I don't even know. So it doesn't really matter. But watch anything you like. If you've been here before, and then we're in my little break period, feel free to have a look at some of those older videos. They're kind of fun. They're kind of weird. And you see me maturing as I go along, from how I show the tape to where it's positioned to trying all kinds of weird and wonderful things. It's kind of weird. One of the wonderful things about doing YouTube for over 10 years now. Not consistently. The first year I probably didn't do it consistently, but maybe. But we're into 10th year, 11th year now. That's crashed. Stop. Let's try that again. Let's try it as basic and load it. Just in case it doesn't like the 128k. Yeah, one of the really weird things about doing a YouTube channel for as long as this is you see how you mature and how things change, and you also see confidence growing. It's an interesting thing. If you watch some of my early videos, I'm not particularly confident about the sort of. I want to do it. I enjoy the yakking away to my friends on the internet here, but. The learning, the experience, the whole thing. It's quite nice actually as you grow with it. It's and there's also a level of stamina and willpower that goes with that as well. Just sort of continually enjoying the experience. And to be fair, I think that's when you stop, isn't it? When it stops being enjoyable. Especially for something like this, that really is a hobby rather than the day-to-day job. As much as I'd love it to be the day-to-day job, because I really do enjoy it. It's a hobby that I enjoy. It's a hobby. It's a thing. It's things that I enjoy. I enjoy playing games, and I enjoy putting on the internet for other people to enjoy, and I enjoy having you all listen to the noises of the spectrum still loading and all the bits that go with it. It's fantastic. It's so much fun. It really is. I'm glad you're with me. If you're watching, say hello. And it's just one of those things. I love it. I love doing things like this. I still love gaming. I still love it. I mean, I have a real passion for things. I've been replaying. There was a remake of one of my favourite sort of strategy games recently. One of the other ones, of course, doesn't have a remake. It should do. It should be on GOG for a start off. But I was replaying one of my favourite strategy games recently, and Masters of Orion 2 is one of my absolute favourites. It includes sort of that micromanagement colonies and the building of spaceships and then growing of technologies and expanding across the universe. Well, there's a remake. There's a remake that I think it's got relatively positive reviews on things like Steam and other systems. I don't think it got the rave reviews because it really is almost a direct copy of the original Master. Well, they're actually one Master Orion, Master Orion 2, Master Orion 3, which was garbage in my opinion, and then Master Orion 2 being the goat of the range. It's still worth playing today. I can still play Master Orion 2 and still enjoy that as much as I can in the new version. But there's a new version which is a lot bigger, grandiose, and whatever else is, and you can put in 20 hours into a game and barely get anywhere. It's rather nice that you can put 20 hours into a game and not get anywhere. It kind of feels nice that you were enjoying the experience. I tend to play it, and I'll be brutally honest. It's a bit like me with Civilization Revolution, and again, this is another game that I think appeared on the DS as well as appearing on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. I feel that these are an interesting. These games were the cut down versions of it, and I feel that playing for instance Master Orion on easy or very easy is just fun. You basically out technology everybody. You out democracy them or whatever it is. Don't know what the right word for that is. Better diplomat, basically. Yeah, anyway, but you outdo them with those things. And it's one of those games that you kind of, as you build and you start invading and taking it all over. And I always be trying to become that. Unless the other races are very antagonistic to me in the universe, I tend to be very sort of, I had to say, magnanimous with it all. I kind of let them, them be. You can win the game by several sort of ways. One of which is by war. One of which is by diplomacy. That's the word I was looking for. Diplomacy. There's many ways to finish it, and I kind of like it for that reason, and it's very, very playable as a game. Right. There is some music going on here. Right, what's the keys? Capcom Limited, 1 player, 2 player, select keyboard 3. Okay. Up, down, left, right, fire. I think I've just chosen the same thing. I'm going to press 3 again. Up, down, left, right. M, fire. Right. Yeah, it's not quite as nice as the other one. There's too much on the ground. It's cluttered. It's very cluttered indeed in comparison to the. Is it space? I don't know how you do a roll. And of course you've got energy now this time round. It's cluttered. It suffers from slowdown. It's hard to see the bullets. It really was a substandard follow-up to the original game. It probably would have been better if they'd gone with the approach of changing the planes in the other game, just upgrading the sprites of the planes, just putting base coastlines on there, a little bit of that, doing very little to the overall effect instead of putting a shadow below it, putting a big plane in here. I don't know how you do a roll. I really want to know how to do a roll. That was something. I did a nuke. I don't know how I did that though. Don't know how to do a roll. You're meant to still be able to roll in this version of it. I always thought the 1943 was a poorer sequel. It doesn't unlike Renegade, which is a fantastic game in the first place, and then Target Renegade, which is the follow up, which was almost superseded its in fact it was more than adequately capable of being a multiplayer juggernaut of a game. It was there are some games that are better than their originals. I mean, Masters of Orion 2, for instance, instead of Masters of Orion, much better. Star Control 2 over Star Control, the original game. Do you remember Star Control? That's available to buy on GOG if you fancy Star Control. Fantastic game, still worth playing today. Still plays beautifully, and this is what the other thing I would like to say about the world is that, you know, some of the older games that are out there are still much more playable than the modern remakes and other bits and pieces. It seems they're in the rush to, you know, for power and glory, as you might say. They forgot to hook up the doll, or in this case they you know, weird science reference, of course. There, but if you know, they forgot to you know, remember that what was key to quality gaming. Here we go, blow those boats apart, and I'm dead. It's game over. I'm not even going to continue on with that one. That one is, as it seems, not the greatest game there. The 1943 definitely worth skipping, I think. What are we on to first? Split Personalities, rather like this one. So a couple of weeks I did Big Ben Strikes Again, which is about the paparazzi getting into the Houses of Parliament back in the 80s, and then tackling them all with specific gifts and incentives. We won't use the word bribes because that would suggest that they were all corrupt. But you know, certain gifts and incentives to make them. I love this loading screen. It's so cool. It's Denmark at its best. Denmark responsible for the best football management game ever created, which is. Well, I mean, Kevin Tom's version, of course, is good. You know, Football Manager was a taste of the of what was to come. But for me, Football Manager 93 is the best. Just no better in my head. But that's an aside. Yeah, well, we have to sneak into that. Well, this contains a number of politicians. I wonder how many of these are now in I'm calling Sir Clive at the top corner there. Howdy, Sir Clive. There we go. This is where I get it wrong. I almost always get this wrong. I'm not sure who we've got here. We have from Sir Clive to slightly down with red face there. That's Alan Sugar. That's Lord Sugar. Next to that is Ronald Reagan. That's Margaret Thatcher. No idea who that is, because if it's a prince that shouldn't be on there, it's probably him. No idea who the next. I know who it is below him. It's Charles and Diana. Not sure who this guy is below Alan Sugar. He'll have been in the Labour opposition, I suspect, to Margaret Thatcher. And then the guy whose balloon is partially snapped with the black eyes. No idea who that is. But this is a great game, Split Personalities. This, I think, had to change its name. I've got the two variations. I've got the one where it's spitting image type things, or splitting image. I think it was the original name, Split Image, should I say, which was too close to spitting image, so they were threatening to sue, so they changed it to Split Personalities. Which is, I get that. That's cool, but they missed a trick here. They should have asked if they could have some royalties or shares, because this is a really great game. Again, I think this featured on that 6-pack. It's behind me. I'm going to go grab it. Hang on a second. You stay there. I'm just locked it. Yes, it did. I've got it. I picked it off the shelf. It's one. Do you know why? It's close on my front of my shelf because it for me it came with some great games. Right? You got Scooby Doo, totally unfinished, but I still loved it. You've got Fighting Warrior, obviously, and the great game there. Feels like we're actually playing it via these tapes. That's kind of interesting. Fighting Warrior, fantastic sort of Melbourne House scroll-on beat-up. I quite liked it. Well, I say fantastic. Limited in its play, but it was all right. It was good. 1942, which is obviously an absolute classic. The Sacred Armor of Anti-Rad. Rad, whatever it is. I always say it was Antrad, but it's not. It's yeah. So yeah. That one, which was a fantastic game, came with a comic book, the original version of that. Jet Set Willy 2 without the code sheet. Hit Pack 6 came without the code sheet. I repeat, you didn't need the code sheet for the Jet Set Willy 2 in there. with split personalities, which is where I played it on, and then of course the only free and gratis game and only way you could ever get, Duet, which is basically Gauntlet with guns. It's basically Commando Gauntlet with guns, and I blooming love it. It's a fantastic game. It's so good. What a great selection that is. 7 games for $7.95 or what it was back in the day. You know, if you move that forward in time to that, it's about 30 quid. Do you know that? It's about 30 quid. That's how money has moved on so much. About 30 something pounds. That's ridiculous, isn't it? It's to think that is the kind of money it was back in the day. But it contains these absolute stonkers of games, including this one, which as I say was personalities of the day. I have a theory, by the way, about things like spitting image. I think spitting image comes back when the world is bad. I.e., you need satire to be able to manage what's going on in the world around you. And if you think about it for a second, that kind of stands to reason, doesn't it? You do need satire to be able to make humorous what is clearly not right. Anyway, coffee first, and enough political sort of spitting image stuff. Right, coffee. Oh, that's so good. Right, number 5. I know the keys. Right, so what we have to do is we have to make the face of Ronald Reagan first. I'll fire that down there. Yeah, that one actually goes down there. That's fine. It's like a shuffling game. But you get limited time to do it. I like the way it shows you where they need to go, though. So you just chuck that one over there. That's his cheek. I'm going to chuck that over there. Chuck the bombs away or you die. You lose life for a bomb being chucked away. Or a bomb. If you hit those things on the side, by the way, electrocute you. I'll put that down there for a second. See if we can... Is that the right place? No, it needs to be higher. There we go. That goes a little further down there, but that's fine. We'll do that. I think we need a... we throw the Russians. I think... Oh, no, wrong way. It's fine. It's fine. That's his mouth in the right place. I'm going to chuck this back up here and get rid of it. Then you get bonuses for matching up weird things as well together. Yes. We're getting there. No, I'm going to go there. Guns, yep. Bomb. Out. Top corner of his head. Well, let's get rid of that for a second. What we got? How's the time? It's the bottom screen. Right, okay. I need to throw that over there. Throw that there. Throw that there. Throw that there. Ah, look. We're building. That goes in there, though. Shut door, shut door. No, I've just thrown it away like an idiot. Oh. I'm not very good at shuffling games, but I am good. I don't mind shuffling games where we've got parts that can appear like this. Down there, down there, down there. Yeah, there we go. That's that one. Alrighty. Let's chuck his parts of his head around a little bit. That goes there. And that goes down there. Right, okay. Let's chuck that round here. Okay, let's keep going. Don't keep me... Yep, you can nuke things as the US with the button. There's his shoulder. Chuck this in here. Time is running out. I'm getting rubbish. I'm getting old. Hang on, I put that in the wrong plumbing place. It's the same plumbing bit. I'm running out of time. Hit the electric thing there. Please don't run out of time. Boom, boom. I should get more. I've got more lives though. Got more lives, more lives. More lives, more time. That's fine. Yeah, we're okay, we're okay, we're okay. Right, we're going to use that because it's his hair for that part there. Look, we're going to use that there. It's the stopper now. That's perfect. That's his bottom corner of his of him. I think we're close. We're close. We're very close. Yeah, we're very close indeed. Let's drop that there. There's his hair. Let's chuck that away. Let's see what we got. That's a little bit of hair. There's the little bit that I need over here, which I was trying to find earlier. Down, down. Yep. So I'm missing. Oh, his little ear. A bit of his ear. Come on, shut that door. Shut that door there. There we go. And then we just need 2 bits of hair. In fact, let's do this. And there we go. Old Ronald Reagan himself. Done. Took a bit of doing, but we did it. It's a good game, this one. It's a great game, in fact. It's a great game. Next one. Who we got next? And then just gets rid of it all after all that work. Margaret Thatcher. The old Thatcher herself. The Iron Lady. Right, let's go for it. Interestingly, drinks are the first thing that appears because we're thinking of our man. There's a face. I think tea and no, that was not the right combination. That's not the right combination. Oh, there we go. But the old Union Jack going on there. Goes in that top corner. That one needs to go over here. And there she is. I'll chuck that over there. There we go. Chuck that one over there. Let's see what we got here. This is a hair. Let's chuck that there. I actually might get rid of that one for the moment. I'm going too slowly. I'm too slow for puzzle games, look. I'm too slow. Oh, that was lucky. That's that side built. There's the microphone. It goes over here. There you go, like that. There's a bomb. Let's get rid of that. Nope, I want to get rid of that for the moment. That's the top of... That's fine. I can see where that one goes. Let's... We'll chuck that there. Her ear. I don't know why I did that there. Confused myself with that. other microphone on the other side. Yeah, Dennis, you need to give him the alcohol. Oh, throw labour at them. There we go. There's a jacket in the middle. Oh no, you idiot. Oh, I've done it again. And Tory. Bombs. I'm rubbish at this. Look, I'm going too slowly. That's her shoulder in there. I think I've got everything else related to her shoulder here now. Look at this. Let's see. We've got this one. Right, I think we need to move that one upwards. Like that. That one. Use that to get there. Am I getting there? I feel like I'm getting there quite quickly here. I'm getting there better than I thought I was going to do. That's the side of a hair. Let's chuck that there. Shut. Yes. Chuck that there. There's a hair there. Get rid of that one. Here we go. The centre of a face. We're running out of time again, of course, because I'm doing this badly. The middle, bottom. Am I going to do this? Oh my god, I might do it. There we go, we've done it. It's a very yellow face. I am surprised I didn't manage that, to be honest with you. I'm very surprised indeed. Let's go for it. Let's have a look. And whoever this fella is. Neil Kinnock? Ah. No. Do. Right. This is down here, like that. And that's his shoulder of... Oh, look, they're permanently stuck there. That one's permanently on. That makes life a lot more difficult. And there's his jacket, a bit of his jacket there, top of his hair. Really struggling with this one. That's not... Bullets and guns don't go together, apparently. Labour Party. No. I'm struggling here. I'm struggling with it. There you go. Massive bonus for doing the bomb and the water. I was trying to get one of those for ages for you. To show you how it worked. I am struggling here. Whizzing around all over the place, but I'm not actually getting very far. Right, I think we got those to the right place. Okay, let's go. And that's his shoulder in the bottom corner. I think we've got the... Oh! So slow this time round. Right, I'm very slow. That's his hair over there. We can probably get away with doing that. Right, get rid of that, that's fine. That's his hair at the top corner of there. Oh no, I threw it away. Power, yeah. Water. Ah! It's not going well at all. Totally lost my mojo here. That's because I normally only get to about this level. It's usually the level I get to. Right. So that goes to there. Bomb. Shoulder. Right, it's shoulder there, look. So that one goes there. Yeah, that one's straight down now. Bomb. Fuel. That's the corner of his face, I think. Here. Yeah, we're getting closer. It's just taking a long time. Taking quite a long time, actually. That's the corner of his head. So we'll send that down there. That should stick there. That's cool. That's not the right place for that. That's his eye. Which needs to be... Needs to be here. Time's running out. We're about to lose the last life. Can I do it in this time? I don't know if I can. So close. I want to see if I get... Can we get to Sir Clive? The old Sir Clive himself. No! Was that Kinnock? I don't know. Was it Neil Kinnock? I think it was Neil Kinnock. Game over. What a great game. Love that one. So much fun. I'm surprised it hasn't been remade. You know, it has potential. It's difficult. I suppose. Maybe I'm thinking too much. Maybe it's not a game for the mobile market. Maybe that's the reason why it's never been remade. Maybe not. Beachhead. This is a combination, a mixture of lots of little mini games. This is a sort of a trait of the 80s and 90s, sort of building a game based on stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mini games to make the full game. Now, actually, funnily enough, it's actually Beachhead 2. I didn't even realise that. So it's also been mini games, but this is a sort of trait of the time. We had games that were mini games. With mini games, games. So not mini games, but we had mini games within games, and that was the main thing. Now this actually hasn't really gone away; it's just changed. They think about it as game loops now. So, for instance, the one that comes straight to my mind, whizzes right into my head, is the not indie title, but very indie-esque, as in it was made in a supposed sort of in a larger studio. I'm not going to say AAA because that's unfair to the people creating it, because I think that they were a smaller studio working inside a larger studio, creating Dave the Diver. Dave the Diver has got a wonderful sort of idea of game loops, and I quite like the idea of the game loops. Don't think that's loading, by the way. That feels very, very blank. Let's just rewind that and reset it. Let's give that another load. So in Dave the Diver, I don't know if we'll go. We'll see if we can get this to load. In Dave the Diver, the simple game loops are spend the day fishing. So you go swimming and go, diving for fish and collecting fish and other bits and pieces. Spend the evening at the sushi bar serving what you've cooked. That's the loop. It's a simple loop. It does expand upon that. There are adventures that go within that. There is even a smaller farming element as well for farming fish and farming food itself to go with your recipes in the recipe in the kitchen. So for the sushi in the evening, and that's it. It really genuinely has a very simplistic couple of loops, but because they work so well and they've expanded on those loops and they knew what those loops were. So there is a part where you go fishing and it has the following things. There is a storyline that runs overarching the whole thing that affects what items you can do or what you can do. So meeting farmers to be able to supply you food, or hunting specific fish for people who come to the dinners that are actually there. To be honest with you, I do recommend Dave the Diver. I mean, it's one of those games that I would recommend even without a sale of some sort on. It is actually pretty good. Yeah, that's not going very well. Let's see if I can find it on PlayZX. That doesn't look like it's going to load at all, which is very awkward. Very, very awkward. Let's give it a go, though. See what we can find. Let's have a look at this. Beachhead. Beachhead. Is it 2 words? Oh, it's not. It's not on here. Beach. Oh, hang on. Beachhead 2. I've got dogs barking. Let's see. Let's load this. Let's see whether or not we can get this to work off PlayZX. This is the Americana re-release. So this would have been the yellow box they came in. So sort of a yellow box with a. I mean, I'm looking at. Funnily enough, there's one right next to me. Not Beachhead 2, but Americana one, for instance. The Kung Fu Master re-release on Americana includes a sort of a yellow sort of inlay and a sort of a clear single dual case. Mine is a new old stock version. It literally has what's known as the chads, so the bits of paper that are pushed out for the actual cassette. Still there, so they're still there. The little cutouts that are required to make the holes in it. So, of course, they re-released Raid Over Moscow as Raid there as well on that brand. What else have we got on here? Zorro, remember Zorro? Oh, cracking game, Zorro. Don't think it's ever appeared on What's on the Tape, and if it has, I can't remember it. My friend was quite obsessed by Zorro because there is actually a story to Zorro. There is a build process involved with this. This is a great game from US Gold. With that sort of that picture there is on the front cover of it. With the Marine storming the beach with his Tommy gun of sorts under his arm there. So yeah, storming the beaches in Beachhead 2. It's a cracking little game. But I always kind of like the Americana range. What I think, do you know what I think? You know, I think. For instance, the hit squads and so popular as the re-releases is that they standardised on the covers. They basically went with a design, and I know it was later in the day, so they could make a decent design, but they stuck with a design. That blues and those sort of yellow for the Spectrum and the Hit Squad logo, the exact same font for the back spines of them. That was a really important thing, but I'm looking at my Americanas right in front of me right now, and they didn't standardise. They basically allowed the original font of the original game to be there, and then they changed them to these sort of car headlight versions of them later, which basically just had ZX Spectrum, the name of the game, and a barcode in the centre of it, which just wasn't quite as nice, realistically, because I've got Doodad and Thingy and the Doodads, which is right in front of me as well. And they just didn't standardise. It's you know, Codemasters standardised. It was the standard sort of format, you know, white sort of case, a nice fancy logo on the side. The Codemasters sort of the logo on there, and of course the sort of square box of what it was, and usually the colour yellow for Spectrums, but there was some standardisation from Atlantis later. That I think that if you're going to sell budget titles and you want people to buy them, they want to buy them with the same sort of backs. It's one of my weird bugbears with the Evercade. The Evercade came out sort of 5 years ago. It produced a lot of what they called red box ones, which are console conversions. So things from the NES, the Mega Drive, and the Super Nintendo Master System type thing. Not that I've seen any Master System ones, but the point was that that's what they were. They were consoleized versions of them, and they came in a sort of dark red box. And I can see the influence is clearly that of Hit Squad. I think Hit Squad and those 80s style things are a factor in that whole thing. But then they changed the colour red. They made it slightly brighter. And as much as I like the brighter red, I wish they'd done that from the beginning, because it kind of annoys me. It's a bit like, it's great when you look at your Nintendo sort of Switch collection and all the covers on the backs are red. It's just that's the style, that's the standard. They're all red. If you want a different inlay on it, you have to turn the cover round. That's how you get a different inlay with these things. They standardise because that's the colour they wanted for the console. That's the Evercade standardised on various colours. They have reds for those sort of console games. They have blues for computers, and they have purples for arcade games. Great colours for the purples and the blues. The red being changed kind of grates on me, just a tiny bit, because if you're a collector and you look at your shelf, it doesn't look the same going across it. Right, the Dictator Strikes Back. Roger and Bruce Carver. Stop. Yeah, I remember this. Don't know how to play it, but I remember this. Controls. Controls are... Let's see if I can do C for controls. D to define the keys. Left, right, up, down. Fire. Okay, enter to finish. S to start. Enter the ally's name. Demon. Oh, I'm the helicopter. Ah, I didn't realise it was the helicopter. I'm too low. Oh, right. So our little troops are being dropped here. Here we go. My troops are making it. Here we go. Look at that. So the Allies did well there. Wow, well look at this. We got them all behind the... We did it. We got a load of troops there. Loads of them landed without getting killed. That was kind of cool. I like that. Right, now what? Oh, I have to push a button. What do I have to do with him? Oh, the thing's flashing when I'm going across. What am I doing? What am I doing? Why can't I shoot him? So he's popped out there. Dictator's winning. We're storming it, I'm guessing. I can't move though. Not sure what I was going to do here once these guys are out. Here we go. So the troops, I'm just sort of like they're jumping out from behind the wall. I thought I might have to... Oh, hang on. I'm running. I press left and right, I think. Down and right. I've done it. There we go. Down and right is the way to do it. Or down and left. No, we may get killed. Oh, no, we made it. I'm going. Are you making coffee? I can have another. I might get coffee here, gents. I might get coffee. We just got to dive out and go behind these things here. There we go. We're going. He's struggling to get us here. We're going behind this wall now. And then this wall. Okay. Here we go. We're going, we're making it. We're going for it. Oh no, look at him go. Let him go. Oh my goodness. Go on, kill him. Oh my goodness. Are we going for it? We're going for it. I think, is this us? We're going for it. We're going for it, gents. We're going. I'm not sure how we get in here. I think I'm in the base now. Can we get them all going here? We can throw grenades for some reason, but I can't seem to make them hit or stick. Here we go. Throw in, throw in, throw in. Did I get it? No idea. Slide it in there. Put the coffee on my table. We're good. We go on coffee. We go on more beverage. More beverage. It's always good. Hour in and we need some more beverage. We've been watered, fed and watered. I am running in. Look at him go. He's going right in there. I don't know how many troops have got behind these walls. I feel like there's hundreds of them. This is ridiculous. Come on, troops. Let us go. I'm going right in. I think I'm in. Oh. Attack, rescue, escape, battle. Which am I? Oh, I'm there. I'm the machine gun this time round. Aha! You can lift the gun up and down. Is that my tank or their tank? Either way, it's about to get some firepower on it. Yes, tank's got. Which is my side? Oh, mine's the green. Oh, bums. I meant to be protecting the green. I'm meant to be helping the green. I'm meant to be the green. Ah. That's a bit annoying. Yeah, that's a bit weird. I really don't remember Beachhead 2 in comparison. The tank's just run him over. Just fell on the floor in front of him. Yeah, I don't really remember this game. I think I want to move on. I want to move on and see what's on this competition thing that our friend made. I want to know what's on there now, considering it struck my fancy so good. Anybody else play though Beachhead? Is that one of the games that you played back in the day? You played Beachhead? You a bit of a Beachhead fan? Maybe. I did like the first Beachhead, even though I'm a bit rubbish at it. It's a bit like Raid over Moscow. I was never brilliant at Raid over Moscow either, to be honest with you. Well, you've seen me play it. I'm bad. It's bad. It's very bad indeed. Right, let's get this one loading here. I hope there's no personal information in it, so we'll take it out of it. Oh, comp. Right, it's a code one. Are we finding something? Is this the rare time? Is this the time we find something that is, properly rare and unknown? This could happen, It does happen sometimes. Extended more code. All right, let's have a little look. We'll see if we can find something. I love it when we find stuff like this. We found Warhammer once, Warhammer 40k. Somebody had done the instructions as a Spectrum program. That was kind of cool. But this could be something else. This could be a game that's never been seen, never seen the light of day before. It'll be interesting to see what we find here. There's no real hints on the inside of the cassette tape either. It just says computer cassette, and that's about it. Nothing handwritten on it, unfortunately. Manufactured in the UK. No, nothing. Oh, drop the tape. Nothing to indicate its contents. Which is not. It was not running there. It's running now. Okay, come on. Brace yourselves. Comp 10. Competition 10. Okay, here we go. All right, it's Lords of. That's a Lords of Midnight, isn't it? It's not gonna. We're not seeing much from that, are we? Not Lords of Midnight, unless he's edited it slightly. 1648. This is that's the cassette. Yeah, that's the cassette, people. That doesn't tell us anything. Let's see what else is on here. All right, that was a bit unexciting, wasn't it? Right, Comp 10. All right, I have a feeling now. I have a feeling now that we're looking at somebody's load code stuff, which is screenshots. Let's see what we got. Comp 10, yeah, okay. It looks like the same screenshot. Okay. These are the more exciting things, though, because these are the interesting ones. These are the weird. These are the weird and wonderful things. This is what we like. Weird and wonderful. So, basically, it's loading the same screen again. Competition 10. Why would it be called Competition 10? Okay. Pass. Next question. Let's do load code again. See what else is on here. A bad feeling that we're just going to see screenshots. Or nothing. That could be it. I was excited there for a minute there. I thought we were going to see something rare and new. Especially when it was load code. I was like, wow, we got load code here. We've got somebody who's done some machine code programming, created the ultimate replacement for Copilot. They're going to call it Clippy. Important news, though. Microsoft are going to fix Windows. Wow. No more Copilot, apparently. Well, less Copilot. Oh, I'm quite disappointed. That seems like it's empty now. Yeah, if that was your competition entry, I'm afraid, my friend, it was a screenshot. Maybe it was competition entry for your favourite screenshot. I suppose you could have loaded it and then saved it and sent it to them. It said 1648 on the edge of it, was a cassette-based magazine. And you know something? If somebody told me there was a cassette-based magazine back in the day, I honestly, I would have been absolutely over the moon. Because I really thought, that's what the Spectrum was all about. It was all about people writing stuff and programs and bits and pieces. That's what the games were a plus, but seeing stuff like that was absolutely awesome. No, we have an empty tape. We have an empty tape. Let me see what's on the other side. Nothing's thus far. I had this before. I heard this before, and I said this is something weird. Let me listen to this again. So basically, we had like little excerpts of Spectrum noise. Are we ready for it? Listen. Yeah, doesn't strike me as specky, that, unfortunately. Does it again in a second, listen. Anybody recognise noise? Let's see if... No, another one of those. It's like a little heartbeat, isn't it? Is there anything else he's asking himself here, looking at the tape? No, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is your lot. There are plenty of other videos to watch on the channel. Feel free to have a little look around. Loads and loads of retro, loads and loads of Spectrum, loads and loads of Amstrad, loads and loads of Commodore. Loads and loads of what's on the tape. Basically, it's been running forever. So there's loads of that. There's some indie bits and pieces there. Just have a look. Stick around if you like. If you like what you see here, there's plenty more of this kind of stuff on here. If you'd like to have a little look around. Anyway, I've been your host, RealGenericDemon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you all next week. I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.